Hey everyone, welcome back channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the biggest shifts in the digital world, Google's AI-driven search update and what it means for SEO in 2025. If you're in digital marketing, SEO, or content creation, this is something you can't afford to ignore. We're talking next level stuff here. Google is integrating AI into search like never before. Think about it. How we search for information is fundamentally changing. No more just typing in a few keywords. It's about real questions, natural language, and AI understanding what you mean, not just what you type. So, buckle up because we're breaking down all the changes, how it'll impact your SEO game plan, and what you can do to stay ahead of the curve. Let's get into it. All right, so we've all been hearing about AI, but what does it actually mean for search? Here's the deal. Google's AI is getting seriously smart. I'm talking, it's not just about catching keywords anymore. It's about understanding the intent behind your search. Think about it. When you search for something, you have a specific question or need in mind, right? Google gets that now. Instead of just spitting out a bunch of random links, AI is stepping in to deliver more personalized and relevant results. It's like having a super smart assistant who knows exactly what you're looking for, even if you don't type it out perfectly. This is where Search Generative Experience, or SGE, comes in. You might have already seen it. You type in a question and boom! Google hits you with a concise AI-generated summary right at the top of the page, often with images or videos to make it even clearer. No more clicking through tons of sites. The answer's right there. This changes the game for SEO. We're not just optimizing for keywords anymore. We're optimizing for understanding. Your content needs to be clear, comprehensive, and answer user questions directly. It's like imagine you're having a conversation with someone. You wouldn't just throw random words at them, right? You'd explain things clearly, provide context, and make sure they understand. That's what Google's AI wants to see from your content. So, how do you make sure your website is speaking the same language as Google's AI? That's what we're going to dive into next. We'll break down the strategies, the tools, and the techniques to make sure your content ranks in this new era of AI-powered search. We're talking about a whole new way to search. Remember when voice search first came out? It was kind of clunky, right? Well, AI is changing that, making voice search way more natural and intuitive. Think about it. You're not going to talk to your phone the same way you type into a search bar. You're going to be more conversational, ask follow-up questions, and expect a back-and-forth dialogue. That's what Google's aiming for. They're moving towards a more chat-based search experience, kind of like what you see with ChatGPT or Bard. You ask a question, Google responds. You ask another one, it builds on the conversation, just like talking to a real person. This is huge for SEO because it means we need to optimize for how people actually speak. No more just targeting robotic keywords. We're talking about natural language processing, understanding the nuances of human conversation. Imagine you're writing a blog post about the best wireless headphones. Instead of just focusing on keywords like best wireless headphones, think about the questions someone might actually ask. What are the best wireless headphones for working out? Or which wireless headphones have the longest battery life? See the difference? It's about anticipating the questions, providing detailed answers, and basically making your content sound like a natural conversation. This means we need to understand how people are actually using voice search. What kind of questions are they asking? What are the common phrases they're using? Once we have that data, we can optimize our content to match. This conversational search thing is only going to get bigger. So it's time to start thinking about how you can make your content more conversational, more engaging, and more aligned with how people are actually searching. Okay, so we know Google's AI is getting really good at answering questions directly in the search results, right? Well, here's the thing. That means fewer people might be clicking on those traditional blue links that we're all used to. And that's a big deal for SEO. Think about it. You search for something and boom, the answer's right there in the search results. You don't even have to click on anything. That's convenient for users, but it means websites need to work harder to earn those clicks. This is where things get interesting. We need to start thinking about SEO in a whole new way. It's not just about ranking high anymore. It's about standing out from the crowd and giving people a reason to click through to your site. So how do we do that? Well, first off, we need to make sure our content is even more valuable and engaging than ever before. It's not enough to just answer a question. We need to provide in-depth analysis, unique insights, and maybe even a little entertainment along the way. But it's not just about the content itself. It's also about how we present it. We need to make sure our titles and meta descriptions are super compelling so people are actually enticed to click. Think about it like this. Your title tag is like a headline, and your meta description is like the subheading. They need to grab attention and make people want to read more. We also need to leverage structured data and schema markup more than ever before. This is basically code that helps Google understand the context of your content, which can lead to rich snippets and other eye-catching features in the search results. The bottom line is this: click-through rates are going to become a more important ranking factor than ever before. We need to start thinking about how we can make our content stand out, grab attention, and ultimately drive more traffic to our sites. All right, let's talk about content. This has always been important for SEO, but with Google's AI, it's more crucial than ever. We're not just talking about churning out a bunch of short keyword-stuffed articles anymore. We're talking about creating high-quality, comprehensive content that establishes you as an authority in your niche. Think about it. Google's AI is getting really good at recognizing expertise. It can tell the difference between a surface-level article and one that's been thoroughly researched and written by someone who knows their stuff. So how do we create this kind of expert-level content? Well, first off, we need to make sure we're going deep. Don't be afraid to write long-form content that covers a topic comprehensively. The more detail you provide, the more credible you'll appear to both Google and your readers. But it's not just about length, it's also about depth. We need to back up our claims with research, data, and insights from reputable sources. We need to cite our sources properly and avoid any kind of plagiarism. And here's another key factor: EEAT. That stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. These are all qualities that Google considers when evaluating the credibility of a website and its content. So, how do we demonstrate EEAT? Well, we can start by showcasing our credentials. If we have any relevant certifications or awards, let's display them proudly on our website. We can also highlight our experience in our author bios and link to our social media profiles to show that we're real people with real expertise. But ultimately, the best way to demonstrate EEAT is to consistently create high-quality, trustworthy content that provides value to our audience. If we do that, Google will take notice. Remember, content is king. But in the age of AI, quality reigns supreme. We've talked about creating high-quality content, but how do we make sure that content is optimized for AI? Well, it starts with understanding how AI interprets language. Google's AI is getting really good at understanding the intent behind a search query, even if it's phrased in a conversational way. That means we need to start thinking about keywords differently. Instead of just targeting those short, generic keywords, we need to focus on long-tail keywords and question-based queries. These are the kinds of searches that people are actually typing into Google when they're using natural language. For example, instead of targeting the keyword SEO, we might target the long-tail keyword "how to optimize my website for voice search," or the question-based query, "what are the best SEO tools for small businesses?" See the difference? These longer, more specific keywords are more likely to match the intent behind a user's search, which means they're more likely to lead to clicks and conversions. But it's not just about choosing the right keywords. It's also about using them naturally in our content. We don't want to stuff keywords into our content just for the sake of ranking. That's going to make our content sound robotic and unnatural, which is the opposite of what we want. Instead, we need to focus on creating content that reads well and provides value to our audience. If we do that, the keywords will naturally fall into place. And here's a pro tip: use AI-powered tools to help you optimize your content. Google's Natural Language API is a great example. This tool can analyze your content and provide suggestions for improving its readability, relevance, and overall quality. The key takeaway here is this: AI-optimized content is all about creating content that's both informative and engaging, while also aligning with the way people are actually searching. If we can do that, we'll be well on our way to ranking high in the age of AI. That's a wrap on Google's AI search shift and its impact on SEO in 2025. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest SEO and digital marketing updates. We covered a ton of ground today, from understanding how AI is changing the search landscape to practical tips for optimizing your content. The key thing to remember is this: AI is here to stay. and it's only going to get smarter and more sophisticated. Got questions or thoughts on AI search? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Until next time, keep optimizing and stay ahead of the curve.